Yo, 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 what's going on, Facebook? What is going on? All the places that we're streaming. Facebook, my business Facebook page, Tailor Made Training for You, FIMP for the imperfect, non-judgmental people only, 50 and over. Twitch, Twitter. How are you guys doing this afternoon? You are now in the no judgment zone with me, Sean Taylor, and I got my co-host, my ace, Brandon Lampley. We are discussing about everything in life is a choice. Yes. Everything in life is a choice. So you may hear some background noise.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Baby girl, Giselle, come in for a second, baby. Okay. Come here. Watch it, baby. Okay. So this is my beautiful baby girl right here, Giselle, the love of my life. The background noise is coming from her iPad. Okay, she is on her iPad. She had an early dismissal today, so hey, you know. So she don't like the camera and videos too much, but I'm gonna let her get back to it. Can you turn that down a little bit for Daddy? Okay, I love you. All right, go ahead, baby. So listen, everybody. This topic came up from me just observing, not having conversations with people, but just observing, you know, just everything fitness-wise, what people go on a day-to-day. Everything in life is a choice. It's always a choice. You can choose to be mad, or you can choose to be sad. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be glad. You can choose to everything is a choice. You can choose to take care of your body. You can choose not to work out at all. You can choose to be judgmental, non-judgmental, positive or negative. Everything in life is a choice. Now, there's a flip side to that coin when you make those choices. Whatever choice you choose to make, there's always a consequence behind that choice. You take a huge risk in some of the choices that you make in this life. First and foremost, okay? Now, I've created a post that I haven't posted yet because I'm still messing around with it, you know, because once I start writing, I like to, and it's about just pretty much just things in general. You can apply it to relationships, you can apply it to work, you can apply it to entrepreneurship, you can apply it to whatever you want to apply it to. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness, grudges, past trauma. Now, this is a conversation I had with my mom, and then I'm gonna let Brandon just grab the baton and just run with it. So, and the conversation, this whole thing actually came from a conversation that I had with someone that I used to date years ago. So the conversation kind of went, you know, I've watched you. It's like all the things that you used to do, how bad you used to be, the bad dude you used to be such a dog. And I'm like, how's this dude keep getting blessed? How is this guy who did all these wrong things, how is this guy getting blessed? So I sat and I listened. Mm-hmm. And B, she said, she's like, I just don't understand it. This dude was no good. I mean, literally no good. You know, how is this dude now getting blessed? So I shared the conversation that my mother had with me years ago, way before she got sick with cancer and passed away. And she said something to me. She said, one thing about you and why you continuously get blessed, Sean, is because you don't harbor resentment in your heart. You don't harbor unforgiveness in your heart. You don't harbor grudges in your heart. You don't harbor none of that bitterness. You don't harbor holding things over people's heads. However, someone comes and retaliate against you, you may say what you got to say, you forgive quickly, you don't hold on to it, and you don't treat people differently based off of what they did to you.
Yeah.
It's our reactions. When things are done to us, it's our reactions that has us falling short. And then you'll look at somebody who did wrong. The only difference between you and that person did wrong, first of all, that person admitted it. That person came to grips with it. They own it. They didn't. Real men don't make excuses when they do wrong. Real men do not make excuses when they do wrong. They put it on their back. They deal with it. They man up. They deal with it. They hurt. They deal with it. They go through the pain. They deal with it. I'm talking about real men, though. Yeah. There's a distinct difference. A real man, when he mess up, he ain't gonna make no justifications or whatever, what he did wrong. He's just gonna be like, I effed up. It is what it is. I just got to deal with the consequences. That's what a real man is going to do. But what my mother was basically saying, the difference in why you're going to continuously get blessed in this life, Sean, is because of the reaction. The reaction. Like if somebody if you do me wrong, I'm not going to turn around and do you wrong. Now I'm in the same boat as you, and we're in the same doing wrong boat. So I'm not going to do that because I know there's blessings that I just need. And I know how the big man upstairs operate. He's looking for the reaction. It's not about what was done wrong. He's looking at how you going to respond to what this person has actually done. The blessing comes from your reaction. Now, how you cutting yourself off how you shooting yourself in the foot, you reacted in a negative way, thinking that you all right. Now you in the wrong boat. See, the whole thing about it is the vicious cycle, somebody got to stop it. So yeah, I done wrong. That person gonna come wrong and they gonna keep doing me wrong and doing me wrong. I'm not gonna retaliate against you, bro, sis. I'm not gonna do that. You know, that's the problem with our whole society. You know, now I may be a little bit different when it comes to my kids. You know, that's something I'm gonna have to work on. But that's a whole different element. But when you coming against me, I'm gonna be like, you know what? All right, somebody has to be the mature adult in the situation. But I know that dude up there is looking at, okay, let's see how you respond to this, because they screwing you over left and right. You're missing your blessings, and this is why people aren't that's why people are running. They doing a million things, thinking they're going somewhere, but they still in the same spot. So when the young lady when she said, she's like, God, I tracked you down. It was like, I tracked you down 10 years, 15 years later. This dude got a business. This dude, man, how's this dude being blessed? I said, because I'm not retaliating against those who do me wrong. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to try to rectify it as much as I can rectify it. I'm going to say I'm sorry as much as I can say I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize. But even in the Bible, it says, once you try to fix things and rectify things with a person and they don't want to rectify them, you have to wash your hands with the matter and you move on. Now you in the clear. Let them keep doing wrong, treating you wrong, talking to you. Just dishing you out with pain and trying to deliberately hurt you over and over and over again. They gonna have to pay for that. But here's the thing. People never see, maybe it's my reactions when things go wrong, how I treat that person when things go wrong. Maybe if you just change your approach. My mother used to say all the time, Sean, everybody in the world deserves mercy. Everybody deserves a chance of redemption. Yeah. When you walk around being unmerciful, nah, you ain't getting no chance. When you walk around with that type of attitude, the big man is looking. Yes. He is looking, and you're going to be doing a million things trying to get somewhere, and you wondering why, man, I'm working all the time and I can't save $1. See, things come back around. Karma always comes around differently. It does not come in the same form. And it may come around worse. It may hit your pocket. It may hit your bank account. You may be working like a Jamaican and you can't get nowhere. See, it comes back around. See, it pays to make a better choice. You do not have to retaliate when people do you wrong. If you want better in your life, you got to start making better choices. Just because somebody has hurt you, and you still don't want to turn around and do them nasty, because if you're trying to get 10 steps ahead, you taking 10 steps back. Your attitude, your mindset, that's what's keeping you back. You are your own problem, and you too blind to realize it's your choices. And I hate to paint this analogy and talk about this dude because I ain't dating. Let me tell you something. That dude was after the big man's own heart. Now, that dude was treacherous. I mean, that dude wanted a woman so badly that he put a dude at the front lines just so he could have his woman. Now, first of all, I ain't going to be that desperate to get no chick that I'm going to take her husband out.
Yeah.
Just so I can get it. But that's what the brother did. But see, here's the thing. When a person is truly remorseful to you and they truly sorry and you spit on it, you're going to pay for that. And you're going to pay dearly for that, because you are supposed to render mercy to your brother and your sister. And and you're wondering why you are in the same boat. Why do these things keep happening to me? It's your choices.
Yes.
If you don't choose to change your mindset and your attitude, which I preach all the time. Listen, I'm trying to tell you something that I used to do. I used to retaliate against people, and my mom said, "You know what, Sean, you got to change that around. Change that narrative around, son. You want blessings, right? You got a dream in you. You want to have. I've been wanting my own business since I was in my 20s. And I didn't get it until I got into my 40s. But the only thing that kept holding that dream back is how I was coming back at people based off how they treated me. But once I started changing that narrative around, things just started changing, B. I started making better choices. I'm like, you know what? Hey, there's nothing I can do that the big man upstairs, whatever I do, it can't compare to how he can get their attention and change them around. But when you're becoming complacent in your life, in your relationships, when it comes to making money, it's because of your choices. This here and your whole attitude is the problem why you are constantly running, but you're still sinking in quicksand. What you think, B?
You just described an entire section of just the Black community. I mean, if we're being honest, you just described, hit them dead on the head with that shot right there. This was a headshot. If any of them see this, they're gonna be commenting in this section pissed off because you just hit them where it hurts. I mean, just like the passing of our brother Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. His passing highlighted those bitter people that you're talking about, Sean.
Right.
Those people who didn't make great choices. Those people who are upset, that some people have a standard for themselves and they don't want to bend to the standards. Like, for example, Lori Harvey posted, because she had gained weight in her relationship with Michael B. Jordan. We all gain weight. She done got comfortable. You can put on a little relationship weight, maybe had a little baby love handle or something. But it was 15 pounds.
She happy. Yeah.
She was happy. So she said, I didn't like the way I looked. That was her statement. I did not like the way I looked. So she said she didn't like the way she looked. Not that Michael didn't like the way she looked. So she talked about her diet. She said, like 12 to 1,400 calories or something like that, doing Pilates, working out 5-6 times a week. Do you know she has been shamed and shouted down by women on TikTok, Twitter, whatever, talking about her diet and how harmful that is. That's too low. And then you shouldn't be trying to prove this to a man. And why are you and I'm like, first of all, she said that I didn't like the way I looked. Now, of course, Michael B. Jordan can replace her like that. So for her she needs to look good for him. What is so wrong with that? Because first of all, she said she would look good for herself. She said, I didn't like the way I look. But she also wants to look good for her partner. And men are visual creatures. But yet that hive, yeah. Just like this, single, lonely, no man. The bitterness, man. The bitterness. And then you even had dudes in there with that. And I'm like, dude, what are we talking about? But all this is, Sean, is that people have made the worst decisions. And they look at people who have not made the same decision. Or they look at the people who've made the same decisions but those people aren't where they are. So it's guys that make the same decisions you made, Sean, but they're not sitting in Sean's seat right now. Right. And they're envious of that.
Right.
They're envious of that, you know, and they what they do is they project it outward onto other people. You just are unhappy with the decisions that you made in your life.
Right. And
so you got one comment by said Robert Henry. He said, "Good stuff, my brother. My motto is you can't make a difference until you make a decision."
Wow, that's good stuff. That's my dude. What's up, Rob? Man, I miss you, boy. We got to get together, man. So that valuable lesson, man. It took me time to really get what my mother was saying about that. But when I started stopping retaliating against people who do me wrong, it's almost like being in a marriage, right? It's like, this is another choice. There's a meme, and I loved it. I saw it a couple of years ago. I was trying to find it, but I saw it a couple of years ago, and the title, it says, "Love isn't a feeling, it's a commitment." The dude was covering his wife. She was laying on the sofa. They just had an argument. He was covering his wife. He was putting the cover over her. His love didn't go out the window just because they didn't see eye to eye. When you got a man and a woman, y'all are going to have disagreement. That's a given. There is. I heard a preacher say, there is no such thing as heaven on earth in any relationship, period. No. If somebody says that, they lying, they setting you up for the okie doke. Listen, here's the thing. My mom told me this. She said, everything in life, even when it comes to you and somebody being together, it's work. If you're not willing to do the work, die alone. Because it's work. He is not always going to be right, and he ain't always going to be wrong. She ain't always going to be right, but she is not always going to be wrong. There's got to be a happy meeting where you guys come together and be like, you know what? We got to work this out. We got to make better choices when it comes to us. We on the same team. We are on the same team. So my whole thing is this. The good book said all that stuff, bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness, grudges. And if you trying to go to heaven, you ain't getting in with them in your heart. I can tell you that right now. That's not, you can't have that in you, man. You can't have that in you talking about you, oh, I love God. No, you don't even love people here on earth talking about you love God. What? So my whole thing about it is everything is a choice. People choose to be mad every day. They choose to be victims every day. He chooses to say all women out here ain't about nothing. That's a choice that dude is making. Yep. She chooses to say all men out here is whores and dogs. That's the choice she making. See, the people who have that resentment, bitterness, grudging, and unforgiveness in their heart, sir, ma'am, your life is going to continuously be hard, and you are never going to have anything until you come to grips of what's in here to change your choices. Everything is about choices. When you don't forgive somebody, and when you constantly holding grudges against this person, or you constantly bitter about what happened 20 years ago, man, you got to, in order to move forward, you got to let go. And a lot of us don't want to let go. You see posts, man, when people go through breakups and divorces, they automatically, why do they become instantaneous motivational speakers? And see, I'm a word guy. English has always been my favorite subject. I love to write. I'm good with comprehension. Math, I can't stand math. I struggle. But English has always been my subject because words can tell a story. They can be so powerful. They can be uplifting. You can tear a person apart with them too. Yeah. You can make a person cry with some beautiful words. You can make a person think who chooses to have an open mind. You can read a person's post and know he or she that went through a bad breakup and just got through a divorce or whatever the case may be. Now everything out in the open. There is a certain sacredness and sanctity between a man and woman. But when you air everything out on display, all your business, You got everybody in Alaska, Germany, Paris, Florida, Tennessee. You got everybody in your business. And then as soon as it goes bad, then you put that out there. Why would you put all your bad business about, oh, he ain't nothing, he did this, she did this? Why would y'all do that? Why do y'all sabotage yourself on social media? Theoretically, people, social media don't care nothing about none of us.
Yeah.
So social media don't get the intimate details and the play-by-play, blow-by-blow of my personal, intimate life. Social media ain't that important to me. Y'all can say what you say, think what you think, whatever, whatever. You ain't never gonna know what's going on with me and mine. I can tell you that right now. Because first of all, I'm gonna respect her enough not to put her out there like that. You can speculate. People love to speculate. You talk about a subject, oh, dude, because I'm talking about a subject, that don't mean I'm talking about my woman, dummy. Are you stupid? Yeah, most of you are. Because you don't know what's going on. So you speculate and assume, and you try to put pieces in. I'm gonna let you be wrong all day. I'm gonna keep you guessing. And I love when you speculate. It tells me about your character. You need to be worrying about what's going on in your own house, in your own backyard, before you're worrying about what's going on in everybody else. Yeah. Your life is better when you mind your own freaking business. But I'm never, ever going to belittle, berate, degrade my woman on social media. Never will I do that to her ever. So my thing about it is, because a person is talking about a certain subject, you be trying to draw stupid conclusions. No, dude, no. I got enough respect to her, because if I got a problem with my woman, that's between me and my woman. Ain't between me and my woman and social media. I don't care nothing about no social media. Social media ain't got nothing to do with my personal life. That's what y'all do. I see you posted all the time. Y'all be calling dudes out, calling your woman out, like, God dang, and just put it out there. B, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
Awful. When I see that, like, first of all, stop talking down on your baby mom, baby dad, former partner, ex-husband, ex-wife.
Right.
Stop that. Right. Because it doesn't make them look bad. It never makes them look bad. Anytime I hear somebody talking that crap about their partner or former partner, it makes you look bad. Because I'm like, well, you sleeping with them. You chose this person.
Right.
You living with this person. You invested in this person. You married this person.
Right.
They not shit. They not shit now. Is that what you're telling me? Is that you found that out after the fact, or did you have signs leading up to that? But see, it's a choice. Once again, that is a choice, and a choice to be miserable as well. See, Lisa Reed said, when you let these painful things go and forgive, it's such a feeling of freedom. Absolutely. It's like a weight lifted off of your shoulders. I mean, I could be the most bitter person on the planet right now, resentful, hateful, all of that. It's many people I could just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna be a straight up hater. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be in the suit with my shiny cup and my top hat at the Players Haters Ball, Sean, and I'm gonna hate. That's what I could easily be that. I could easily win Player Hater of the Year, but I choose to. I don't want to do that because that's a waste of my energy. It's the waste of my time. Dude, in order to pull yourself out of the circumstances that you currently put yourself in, take that energy you're using to hate and put it towards that. When I put the energy towards things that was going to give me a return, it changed my life.
Bruh, it takes so much effort and energy to be mad, angry, resentful, bitterness, unforgiving. It even takes how a person looks. They can be glowing, but it just destroy it. They don't even look beautiful no more. It takes so much out of it, drains you of everything. All because, again, just like B said, you choose to hold on to it and not let it go. It's not worth it to hold on to it. You lose everything by holding on to it. You got your pride and your ego. We talked about that. You choosing your pride and ego over having could have a phenomenal life, all because you want to hold you want to be mad. You want to. People can say, "Oh no, I don't." Yeah, you do because you're choosing it. You're not even making logical sense in saying that you don't. You choose to be mad every day. You choose to have a bad attitude every day. You choose to be bitter every day. I don't need nobody every day. I don't need no man every day. I don't need no woman every day. And you have no, you're losing, and you losing so big because you have such a cancerous mindset that you can't let these things go. Listen here, man. My mom told me this. I never forgot that, man. She said, when you allow people, situations, circumstances to change your good heart, you mean to tell me, Sean, you're going to give power to people to change your good heart? You going to let the devil win? He win. And he sit back laughing. He clowning you every day. He was like, dang, they fall for that trap. I've been doing that since the beginning of time. It's the same old thing. They falling for it all over again. You're going to change your whole life. You're going to change your heart and being loving and kind and sweet and nice. You're going to change all that over a person. So you're going to go from being positive, negative because of a person. You're going to go from being loving to just nasty over a person because you went through something bad, or because you've had some bad things. You're going to change your whole heart over that. My mom said, Sean, when you change your heart because of what people did to you, that devil wins.
Yeah.
He's winning, and he laughing at you. He is making a fool out of you because you didn't change your whole demeanor, your whole persona, all because of something went wrong. You're going to change your whole life because of something went wrong. You're going to become self-absorbed because something went wrong. Why would you do that? And then here you go. You shortchanging all the things that you hope for, dream for, wish for, pray for. They never going to happen. Why? Because you got that stuff there. He holding, man, I wish I had a bag or something. He holding a plethora of good things he want to give to you, but he's saying, I'm sorry, Julie, I can't give them to you because you won't let go of those things in your heart. I got a whole Mack truck, like Bishop used to say, a whole Mack truck of blessings, 18-wheeler blessings coming your way, but I can't give them to you because you won't let go of being bitter. Right. I got brand new things. I got more money coming your way, but I can't give them to you because you just unforgiving. I got a whole new life for you, but I can't give it to you because of your resentment, because of your bitterness, because of you lack to give people mercy. Listen, ironically, people are their own problems, B. And you are the only person that's sabotaging yourself. That person that did something wrong to you, they're not sabotaging your life. You sabotaging your life by your reactions to it. Mm-hmm. Everything in this life is a choice. You can choose to do right. You can choose to do wrong. But who is to blame? Based off your choices, you are. What you got, B?
Solely. Say, Lisa Reese says, when you change your heart, you're going to miss out on the blessings that has been placed in your life. Yeah. When you don't change your heart, you're going to miss out on the blessings that are placed in life. Yes, for sure. One of the things you brought up too is that bitterness and hate, it weighs on you. It does. It ages you. I do believe that. I believe it weighs on you and it ages you. I mean, I was talking to my mom last night, and we were talking about a clip of Kevin Samuels resurfaced to him talking about Vivica Fox. And so it's like, everybody's like, oh, that's why she said that about him, because of what he said. Because he basically told her, he's like, yo, you've been playing the same role for 30 years. Like you somebody to be appeased. And like, that's why. But when you look at that panel and you look at them, these late 40s, early 50s, and they're straight bitter because I still remember what they did to Ice Cube. Ice Cube had a plan for Black America, and he
Right.
wanted to meet with Biden and he wanted to meet with Trump. He wanted to meet with both parties. He went on their show to talk about it, and they shouted that man down because he's talking about, well, where's the section for Black women? He's like, Black women aren't Black people. This is for everybody. They're like, no, 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 and they disrespected that man on that platform. And I was like, if you look at them now, dude, they just look like they age. Like my mom is the same age as them, and they look older. And it ain't the work they got done. It's like they got work done. It's not that. Especially Lisa Ray. It's not that. It's that bitterness and hate in that heart, man.
That's that heart, man. And B, it's so fun. B, you know what, man? I feel like you didn't have a conversation with Gwen back in the day, but you was too young. But here's the thing. My mom used to say all the time, she'd say, Sean, bitterness, unforgiveness, lacking mercy to give the people, resentment, all those things, it makes you look older over a process of time. It changes you. It changes you. There's nothing good gonna come from it. And then she said, you will never be able to love nobody truly. You're gonna have she's like, it's like a singer who got a bunch of hits of fake love songs. So true love is out the door. You just said fake love. So I'm gonna read you guys something. For people who have all these things in their heart, fake love, which is people that have all that stuff in their heart, fake love plays games, hides their feelings, and tries to manipulate the emotions of others to gain the upper hand. True love is self-sacrificing. Fake love only wants what it wants. True love gives from the heart. Fake love seeks vengeance. Fake love seeks vengeance. True love forgives. Fake love, true love appreciates you for who you are. Fake love tries to change you into the perfect ideal. True love tries to resolve conflict. Let me repeat that. True love tries to resolve conflict, while fake love tries to prove that it's right. True love lets go of hurts, lets go of pains, lets go of bitterness, lets go of resentments. Fake love harbors all of them. True love gives you the freedom. Fake love is controlling. True love listens. Fake love only talks. Now, if you hear that, please replay that. You need to write that stuff down. Now you got to question, am I true love or am I fake love? And it has nothing to do with nothing else but that heart. You can say whatever you want to say. You can listen to how a person speak and tell what's in their heart. You ain't even got to ask no questions. They tell on themselves exactly how they are every single day based off how they move. And it all is derived from here. You know, whoever hurt you, you got to let that go. Whoever did you wrong, you got to let that go.
Let it go.
Whoever abandoned you, you got to let that go. The trauma from the past, even our childhood trauma, we have to let that go. So my thing about it is I'm trying to tell you what's holding you back, what's your Achilles heel. And that is the stuff that you have in your heart. You're never going to find a good man and keep him because of the stuff in your heart. You're never going to find a good woman and keep her because of the stuff in your heart. If you want good things and if you want people to stick around, if you want to have something that's going to last, you want to build on something, you have to take the bad stuff out your heart. Yeah. Period. And when somebody does something against you, when you retaliate, you sabotaging yourself again. You're going 10 steps back instead of 20 steps forward. B, what's your take?
And I was wondering, like, where does this lack of accountability in the choices that we make comes from? Because I noticed, you got older people too, but amongst the younger people, especially the younger women, they talk as if they're not in control of the things that they've done or things that have happened in their life. They talk as if, they had no control and these are things that just happened to them. Like, just take children for example. Talking to a friend of mine, a young lady, and I asked her, she had just went through a breakup, and I asked her, I was like, I was like, what is the goal? Like, what do you want to be married with kids? I was like, what's your goal? You just out here dating? What you doing?
Right.
And she's like, she's like, I'm married maybe one day. And she was like, she said, well, it depends on, I guess, kids. And I was like, what do you mean? It depends. She's like, well, if it happens, if I get married before I have kids, but if it happens before I get married, then it is what it is. I said, what do you mean if it happens before you get married? You mean if you choose to do it before you get married? I said, that's a choice. I said, it's not going to magically happen to you. You're not going to be the Virgin Mary and God's going to come down and put baby Jesus in your stomach. And, like, it wasn't your choice. Like, you just woke up, oh, I'm pregnant. No, you're going to make a decision to have a child before marriage. That's in your control. And she was just looking at me like, yeah. I'm like, what happened? Where did this come from? I was like, I don't understand. But we removed shame today. We remove shame, and we've allowed people to not be accountable for the action. Now, men have to be accountable like right away, whether whether you want to be or not. The world and life shows you on a regular basis that you got to be accountable.
Right. And that's why, as a man, if you're a real man, you're gonna let your woman know, listen, babe, I'm sorry. Real men, I can't speak for all men. I only can talk to dudes that's in the real man bracket. They always gonna try to fix it with their woman, because here's the thing: when a man really loves you, he can't imagine life without you. He is hurting every day. He is always gonna be concerned about you. When he know he has done something that may have hurt you, he trying to fix it because he loves you. I mean, he really is trying to fix it. That dude is pouring, he's doing so much effort. He's just trying to do what he can, because in his eyes, you his precious flower. So he gonna try to fix it. And sometimes it's gonna take him longer to fix it because she's in a place where she don't want to hear it. And I get all that.
Mm-hmm.
But the mercy has to come in at some point, or you're going to lose that dude. And that's a good dude. Good men, they apologize quickly. Good men are trying to fix it. Good men are pleading, darn near begging you to, because, ladies, don't depict that as weak. Let me tell you something. When a man loves you, when a real man really loves you, he loves you hard as hell. Yes. He loves you hard as hell, no matter what that dude done been through. He trying to get something that's gonna last and that's gonna work. He trying to be something that you've never had before. He's trying to be something that he's never been before. And when that dude is loving you, I'm gonna tell you this, ladies, that's not gonna come back to you again. I'm gonna let you know. You may find somebody, you always can find somebody, but you're gonna have a mediocre love thing. You're not gonna have that dude that's really trying to treat you and looks at you like you're the most prettiest thing on the planet. I mean, he's just in awe of you. Not just because of your look, but because of the way you made him feel and the way you make him feel. When he's around you, he is in the ultimate place of peace. So when he is trying to fix that thing, I mean, I'm talking about, no, I ain't talking about them shade tree brothers. They popping up once a month trying to say something to you. No, dude, you ain't trying to fix it, bro. Once a month. You should let that woman know listen, baby, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. You do what you got to do. But when a man really, really loves you, he's going to keep trying. But once he stops, he's not going to stop. He's not going to treat you nasty. He's just going to be like, you know what? I get it.
Yeah.
This girl done shut me down. She done stalled me out. She done iced me out for months. There's nothing I can do. Now, when that brother moves on and all the dust settles, and you got everything straight with you in your head or whatever, you want to come back, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be too late.
Yes.
It's going to be hard for him to come back from that because he loved you with everything he had. And he probably won't never love another woman like that. That's why a lot of men are kind of mentally messed up because they fight so hard because men, we ain't known to open up. We ain't known to be vulnerable. We ain't known to show intimacy from the mental standpoint, what's going on inside of us. But when we render ourselves vulnerable to you, that means you got all of us from head to toe, baby. But when you don't see what you got and you take that for granted, like you're going to just find that tomorrow, I can tell you this. I don't know what climate you're watching. I don't know what world you're in. That ain't coming. It's not knocking at your door, baby. This world we living in right now, it's hard to get it's going to be hard to get a good man who's been hurt by trying to be a good dude, trying to make amends for whatever mistake that he made. It's a hard thing to see somebody at the pretty much at their lowest, and they just want you to hear them, and they just be like, baby, how can I make this wrong right? How can I fix this? Because man, we fixers, but we still need the information from you because we're not in your mindset. We are males. We are not females. Y'all, women fail to realize that we think differently. So if we are asking you, baby, how can I fix it? We need the help. We need you to tell us, okay, I need you to do this better, do that better, do that better. But not tell them with a nasty attitude, but always come from a place of love so he can hear it. Because when you come from a place that's evil, he's not going to be able to hear it. All you're doing is tearing him down. You kicking a man when he's down. When a person comes to you, you know how hard it is to say, I'm sorry, to apologize when you're wrong. First of all, he's embarrassed. I'm talking to you from a man's point now. He's embarrassed. He is ashamed. So he's coming to you almost like a little kid. And he's so sorry. It takes so much for a man to just come and be like, dang, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. But when you kick him when he is down, boy, that's the worst thing to do. Yeah. Because he gonna get back up again. But when he gets the strength and he gets his strength back, once he gets away from the kryptonite and he gets his strength back, you ain't gonna be able to penetrate that brother again at all. Yeah. At all. Because he's gonna say, I tried to work this out with you. You dogged me out the whole time. You ignored me. You blew me off like I was nothing. You blew me off like I was just a bum on the street. The odds of her getting him back, what you think, B?
It's low. And it's a choice. And listen to what you were saying, Sean. Today, they can't say they don't know, Sean. That's over. Those days are over. You can't say you don't know anymore. Can't say you don't know how men are. We don't understand. No, it's been too many things put out now to where you should be able to understand. But I'm saying what it is. It is a choice. It is a choice to lack to understand. And frankly, what it is you have those that don't care. Of course, that's not all, of course. No. But the fact that we still having these conversations, that lets me know that it's a choice. You're choosing. You're choosing not to understand that we think differently. Right. You're choosing not to understand that we think different things than you want from us. It's not the same. That's why, you lead with degrees and your accomplishments and money and whatever you do. I'm not looking for that. What is that going to do for me? Only way your money benefits me is if you put it in my hand. So those things don't benefit me at all. But it is a choice to lack to understand where a man is coming from. See, Lisa Reese said they've always want to come back after you moved on. They just have showed you who they are. You need someone solid as a partner. Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. That's
Absolutely.
true. But this goes the same thing for men, because women have made mistakes, and and some men be hard, and nah, whatever. And when she tries and she tries and she tries, it's like, listen, baby, I'm sorry. I mean, she trying to get back into your good gracious. It's both parties. It's just not one sided. Men and women, we both got to do better when it comes to this thing. But the way I see it, and my mom said it best. Listen, if me saying I'm sorry is good enough for God, I don't care if it ain't good enough for you. That was my mom's attitude. If he can forgive me, that dude create life. That dude made heaven and earth. That dude put the water in the seas, the mammals in the water. This dude did everything. This dude created everything. If it's good enough for him, oh, it damn sure better be good enough for you. And if it ain't good enough for you, my mom's like, I'm out of here. She was like, Sean, that makes no sense. That makes no sense for a person to be that hardcore, to be unforgiving. And they constantly throwing stuff up in each other's face. You can't move forward when you're constantly throwing up what the person done wrong a couple of months ago, weeks ago, last year. How's that going to work? You got to take the judgments out of it, and you got to put forgiveness in it in order for you guys to move forward. Because if you don't move it, and here's the thing, do you think, and my mom used to say this all the time, she say, Sean, this is the funny thing about people. Do they think that they're not going to have a next person make mistakes, or the next person make mistakes? Sean, it keeps going. What you going to do? Either you're going to stand up and be a real man, a real woman, be like, you know what, people ain't perfect, because it's going to be constant. People are going to make mistakes. It's not going to stop because you go to something new. And it may be a million times worse. The grass is never as green on the other side as you think. And that's a lesson that everybody learns.
Yeah.
But you can play Russian roulette with something real opposed to getting something fake out there. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's going to be on you, brother. That's going to be on you, sis.
Yeah.
I mean, again, everything in life is about choices. And for me, I'd rather choose to be forgiving than unforgiving, man, because listen, man, I need mercy in my life, bro, because I'm perfectly imperfect. And it's good being with somebody who's forgiving, man, because you ain't got to worry about that person abandoning you or leaving you. When a person is resentful, bitter, unforgiving, man, there's a slim chance they walking out that door, bro. How can you trust their love? How can you trust the love that's unforgiving, that's resentful, that's constantly dangling that carrot of your mistakes over your head? That's a question sisters and brothers got to ask themselves. What you think, B?
Oh yeah, of course. And it's the same with men on the other side. If you don't, if you're choosing not to understand too as a man,
Right.
because they laid it all out. I mean, both sides have pretty much laid it out on the table. But right now, what it is we're at a stalemate, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides are dug in on what they want or what they're going to accept or whatever. So it's at a standstill, and it's not changing anytime soon because nobody wants to sacrifice, nobody wants to budge. People don't want to make better decisions and take control of their own lives. So as long as you play the victim and say, "Oh, well, it's that one thing about lacking accountability, playing the victim, and not being accountable for your choices is you lack control, you lack power, you lack." It's like you're saying that I have no control over my life and what happens to me when you play the victim. It is not a powerful role, and especially if you constantly play the victim, it becomes less and less effective every single time. Boy who cried wolf. Plain example, prime example right there. You constantly cry wolf. After a certain time, I'm going to be like, you know what? Oh, they do that all the time. Don't listen to them. It's like our community as a whole. We cry wolf all the time. And they like, people just look at us like, yeah, that's them again. and they go back to doing exactly what they were doing.
Man, that's a good example. That's a good example. The playing wolf thing. That's a really good example, because people, once they see it multiple times, like, well, yeah, that's their MO. That's their go-to.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing, man. I see people. Here's the thing about choices. All you got to do is just choose the other one instead of the one that you've always been choosing for years, and your whole life will start to change. I don't know, the price of holding on, being unforgiving, and grudges and bitterness and resentment. It's too high of a price to pay.
Yeah.
You rather lose everything to hold on to that nonsense it's never going to get you nowhere. You thinking you winning and you losing so big. And here's the thing, ain't nobody in your life is telling you that you losing big. That's the sad thing. Now you got to check out your camp.
Yep.
You mean to tell me you got real friends that's co-signing off on that BS that you doing? You mean to tell me you ain't got one real friend to be like, Sean, bro, Sean, come on, man. Dude, that's a good woman. Dude, she's saying she's sorry, dude. She remorseful, man. Sean, bro, you really not gonna, you really that prideful and that egotistical that you gonna let this woman go because you gonna know, not let her go, but jeopardize losing her, all because you just want to be mad? You want to choose to not forgive her? Sean, bro, there got to be one person that's got to be the voice of reason in your life to tell you, listen, that woman right there, you ain't going to find every day. There's got to be one woman in your camp be like, listen, I done seen the dudes you had. You ain't going to get that brother again. I can tell you that. Not in Watsonville. You ain't getting that dude in Watsonville, Florida. I'm here to tell you, in Watsonville, Florida, you are not finding that dude. That dude? Oh, you ain't finding that dude. Dude, bro, you know where you at, right? You in Watsonville, Florida. You are not going to get that woman again. It's slim pickings in Watsonville, bro. This ain't Cali. This ain't Baltimore. This ain't New York. This is Watsonville, Florida. Big land-wise, small people-wise. Bruh, it's slim freaking pickings. So you got a choice. You're going to make this work on this good thing that you ain't never had before. Okay, yeah, they perfect getting perfect. So are you. Or you going to take the risk going back to the community in Watsonville, doing the same old junk, getting the same old crap that you got before. Because somebody going to snatch her up. Somebody going to snatch him up. And they're going to be like, shit, whatever. I'll fight somebody over this dude. I'll fight somebody over this chick. And I don't fight nobody over nobody. But I realize I'm in Watsonville, Florida. The pickings are slim. That's the thing to be killing me. I'm like, dude, what? Do you know where you at?
Either that or
in Watsonville, Florida. Slim freaking pickings. Listen, and let you branched out, go to other countries and other states so you can differentiate, to see the difference, baby. Oh, I know where I'm at. I know I'm at Watsonville, Florida all day. I know where I'm at. I know and then here's the thing, B, I know where I done been. You got more options in other places. Not in that, I'm sorry, forget what you heard in Watsonville, Florida. No, you don't. Know your geographics. For you people have not been well-traveled, been outside of Watsonville. Know your demographics, your geographic. Man, come on now. You know, somebody please make it make sense. Somebody call somebody, make it make sense. Because it don't make no sense. People are like, oh, Jacksonville's the biggest place. Like, yeah, land-wise, fool. You spit out here, somebody know your business.
Hey, if I want abundance in women, Sean, I know two places, especially black women. Man, I'm going to Atlanta or probably Houston, Texas. Hey, they say that's the hub. I mean, you go there, It's like picking them off the tree. Like just that's nice right there. Let me get that one right there. Oh, that's nice. It says because like especially in Atlanta, what is like 8-1?
Bro, it's almost like
Yeah.
10-1.
Yeah, it's
Same
something
thing
crazy,
in Houston,
yeah,
New
yeah,
York,
same thing.
Baltimore, all them places, man. And
Yeah,
let's
but
not.
hey,
And you talk
it's a
about
choice.
countries, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and it's a choice to stay here and deal with it. I mean, to stay here to deal with what you're dealing with here in Jacksonville, that's a choice as well.
Right? That showed me. Lord knows it is. Lord knows it is. You know,
Okay. Hold on. I got a few comments. Let's see. At least we just say there should never be anything your partner can do that you're unwilling to forgive them for. The love that you have for them should always come before any mistake they can make. There's no problem you can't move forward from. I mean, that's how it should be, Lisa Reed. But I mean, we see the way things are today. I mean, people we have a plethora of choice, an embarrassment of options today. So with that comes no patience, to make it work with the one you with, especially if you got somebody who checks a good bit of boxes, but they don't check this box or they don't check that box. Like,
right.
oh, all right, no, let me get out of here. I go find somebody else. But like, as you said, Sean, options are slim. People think, yeah, you see people walking around, but who's really relationship ready? Who's going to have your back? Who's here for you?
Who's
Who
going to be there
actually
10 toes down for you through your
Yeah.
moods, everything, and still love you? See, I spoke about the conditional and unconditional, man. Love is what you do in spite of what you feel. And that's something that my mom said. That's real love. Love is what you do in spite of what you feel. It's just like the meme I said. They had an argument. Old boy was putting over the cover because he's like, you know what? Just because me and my woman is at odds, my love don't go out the window. What kind of fake bullshiggity shit love is that I'm just gonna throw it out the window because she is perfectly imperfect? Dude, so you just gonna throw her out the window every time she make a mistake? Bro, you just gonna get rid of her every time she makes a mistake. Every time she says something wrong, I'm out of here. Every time dude, maybe you need to show her something different that she never experienced. Stick through those things, because here's the thing. And my mother told me this. She said, Sean, when a person has never, ever experienced unconditional love, sometimes they need that person to stick through what they going through so they can see what it looks like. And then once all things clear, she'll be like, that dude really loves me, because he could have left and chose not to leave. Or she really loves me. She could have left, but she chose not to leave. Again, every day, everything in our individual lives is about choices. We can choose to do right. We can choose to do wrong. You can choose to work out, or you can choose to not exercise. Now, here's the thing. There's consequences by not taking care of your body. You got heart disease, diabetes, stroke. You got simvastatin, high cholesterol. You got heart medication. You got insulin you got to take. See, when you make that choice, there's consequences behind the choices you make. It may not raise its ugly head right then and there, but it's coming.
It's coming.
Unless you straighten up, get your head right, you put yourself in danger. So you got to make the choice. You got to choose to be happy on purpose. Your happiness does not come from that job, from your kids, from your man, from your woman. Happiness starts from you. You are the entrepreneur of your own happiness. Anything else in your life is an addition to that. It's like icing on the cake. But you got to make the choice. You got to make the choice to compromise. You got to make the choice to be like, hey, it's not always got to be my way. You got to make the choice. You got to make the choice. You want this dude to open up to you, but you never open up to him. How you think that's going to work? You tell this dude, well, I ain't going to do this. I ain't going to do that. How you think that's going to work? You tell her, you being a dictator, hey, I expect some food to be on I need some, every time I come in the house, I need some hot food. I demand, dude, you can't be You can't be a dictator to your woman, man. How you think that's gonna work, bro? Bro, this ain't Little House on the Prairie. You can't be dictating that stuff to that woman, talking to her like she your 5-year-old daughter. You can't, bro. Make it make sense, brother. See, this thing go both sides. B. It's not a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
It's what you call. My mom used to say, it's a thing that's called fairness on both sides. You got to be fair. And if you are not fair, how you think that gonna work? You cannot dictate to that woman. Yeah, I demand every night. I need some hot food on the stove every night. That come on, dude. Don't talk to her like that, bro. You can't talk to her like that, man. You can't. You just can't talk to her like that and expect that she's just gonna be like, okay, what? No, that's not how that works, man. You got to be fair to her. You got to be fair to that woman. And you got to see, there's got to be level of understandings on both sides. But men, and my brother said it best, men, we got to be more patient with women because they done been through so much. You not the dude that sent them through all that hell that they done been through with these other guys. So when you know that she done been through trauma with other guys and guys done done wrong, whatever, when she gets in that place, and sometimes people shut down. That is not the time for you to leave her, abandon her. You're supposed to be understanding. If she tells you, listen, I need some time, I need some space, respect that. Check up on her every now and then. But you are showing her patience. You are showing her unconditional love. You are showing her, baby, I ain't going nowhere. Because she going through a thing. Same thing with him, ladies. He may tell you, I need some space. Because he's going through some mental and emotional stuff. Maybe it has nothing to do with you. Maybe 1% to do with you and 9.9% to do with something else. But you gotta be, you gotta stick. Y'all go from person to person thinking that it's gonna be better. Listen, as long as you live this life, there's always gonna be problems. There's always gonna be life stuff. We can't get around it. It's inevitable. Yep. So either we're gonna man up, put our big boy drawers on and our big girl drawers on, and be man up and woman up and deal with, but you got to be patient. That LOVE thing is patient. That LOV thing don't insist on things its own way. That LOVE thing is forgiving. Man, listen, you got to, patience is the number one supreme order of all things. You got to have it. You need it in everything.
Yeah, this is true.
What you think, B?
But, yeah, you gotta have patience, but I'm because we are win. I'm gonna have to.
You got to dip.
Skedaddling. So, well, my final thought, man. I'm gonna give this example right here of choices. So just seeing this tweet just now, and a guy said, I was talking to my mom, and she was saying a bunch of stuff she refused to do in a relationship, as she's 67 years old, single, moving into her son's house. So the comments on this is what got me, because it's the women in the comments, and they're just going off about how you talking about nobody wants to be a maid and all of this. So let's see. One lady, she's talking about, have you asked her why she thinks that way? Most people say they won't deal with because they have in the past. A lot of times being alone is better than dealing with BS. Yeah, BS. And now you're a burden on your son because of the choices that you made. See, the first thing that they go to is that, oh, well, what the man is doing, the man is this, the man is that. Not taking responsibility for the choices she made, not pointing out that her choices led her to be 67 years old, probably bitter, talking about what she ain't doing, and now she got to go live with her son. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about those choices. But see, what it is that a lot, they see where they're going. They see that they know they're going to be 67 one day.
Right.
And they see this. And so what they're doing is they're making the excuses already before they even get to that point. Here's the excuses. The man this, the man that. Nobody wants to be a maid. Nobody wants to be a slave. And just listening to this, man, she's talking about maybe she just know her worth. to my okay with being, she knows her worth of being 70 and alone. I said, yeah, being 70 and alone, and you moving into your son's house talking about what you're not going to do. Because if this was a man, all you gotta do is reverse it, Sean. And the conversation around this is different. If this is a 67-year-old man moving into his daughter's house, telling, I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that, but they'd be all over. All over.
Right. Right.
But it's just this highlights the choice. Once again, being responsible for the choices that you make. You have to take accountability for the choices you make because it's in your control. It's nobody else's responsibility. It's all on you and the decisions that you make from day to day. And people clamor for control. They fight for control. They want that power and they want that control because control in this life is very fleeting and rare to come across. It's rare you're gonna have any control over anything in life. Most people, you're not gonna have control over anything except what you do and what you say and how you react to people. That's the only control you're ever gonna have in life. So be accountable for the choices that you make.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good final thought, man. My final thought, man, with this on both men and women, don't buy into this new age stuff, man. This new age stuff is coming from bitter people.
Yeah.
You got bitter men out here, you got bitter women out here. Don't listen to these people who are bitter, man, because they ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? The people that's real bitter, they ain't got nobody. They got nobody. If you ever pay attention to real bitter people, they always by themselves. And there's a reason for that. They are always by. I'm not listening to no bitter person that's by themselves. That's they are the they ain't even the last line of defense of information that I want something from. Mm-hmm. I don't want no information from a bitter person alone. Because they're bitter, their bitterness is what got them alone. And if you think that they happy, they lying all day and all night. They're miserable. They are miserable, but they're never going to be man enough and woman enough to know, to admit that they are miserable. And listen, people, stop giving up on the people that you're supposed to be with so quickly. Just because they stumble and lose their way don't mean that they're going to be lost forever. Because y'all throwing the towel way too quickly. Way too quickly. And it's almost like an analogy. It's like you fighting for a dream. You try, like an actor. Yeah. They busting tables. They're doing this. They're doing this. You almost about to turn a corner and you quit. And you never know what that outcome would have been like. Why? Because you wasn't patient enough. Lose your microwave mentality when it comes to anything, your job, your marriage, your relationship, anything. Lose the microwave mentality because it's screwing you up. And please lose the mentality of this new age stuff. This new age mentality and attitude, I'm sorry, it's not working. Brothers, it's not working. Ladies, it's not working. And it's never going to work because that's not how it was designed. So you got to be fair with each other. You got to be fair with each other. If you're going to be there for somebody, be there for them 10 toes down. And if you're not going to be there for them, don't ever even start. Because now, again, you started out in fakeness and you right now you're in you still got that fake love. You can't have fake love wanting true love. That's not how that works. Period. And that's what family members, friends, the whole 9 yards. Listen, man, I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too, but sisters, brothers, in no danger of being perfect. You never have to worry about me judging you. B, tell the people how they can find you, brother.
Brandon Lampley on all social media platforms. It's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Just search for Brandon Lampley. My audio podcast, I'm on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Anchor, bunch of different platforms. Apple, hey, I'm trying to put it all out there, man. I'm just about everywhere. So.
All right, man. Friday is on your show, man. Make it happen, B. I'm putting
Friday.
I'm putting the spot. I'm putting you on the spot.
Friday. Yeah. Well, hey, I'll be ready for some smoke. We're gonna have some smoke for Friday. Oh yeah. I want to get some people in their feelings for sure.
All right, good people, man. I hope y'all got something out of that, man. Listen, we just trying to make it work for both sides, man. We in this thing together, man. We supposed to be a team, man. Let's try to act like it, man. It's not just about one person. It's about the both of us. It's about both sides. Let's listen to each other and come together, man, so we can better understand each other, man, so we can comprehend what each person is going through. But listen, just because the person in your life is going through something, don't give up on them, man. Be there and be there respectfully, but respect their boundaries when they give them to you, man. Just you know, just and just be there. Just be there. As long as they know that you're there, I'm telling you, they are going to feel good about it, even if they're not saying it at that moment. You know, everybody going through things, man. You got to be patient with people. Bottom line. That's it, man. We'll catch you on the flip. Peace.
Peace out.